Hi, I'm Christy from Safe and Respectful Relationships. Today's video is going to be about the different forms of abuse. But before I get started talking about that, I want to take a moment to talk about taking responsibility. If you're a female watching this video, please do not let anyone, not a therapist, a professional, a friend or a family member, tell you that your behaviour is a result of toxic masculinity or patriarchy or just men in general. We need to take responsibility for our choices and for the behaviours that we engage in. If we want to have healthier relationships for ourselves and for those around us, then we need to be accountable for our actions. And if we really want to put an end to domestic violence, then we need to be aware of what different forms of abuse exist and what that looks like so that we can actually stop it when we see it or when we're going to engage in it. This activity is not to shame anyone, it is to create awareness, because when we have awareness, we can make better choices. So let's get started. So the abuse that you might already be aware of is physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. What you may not be aware of that is actually abuse is spiritual, social, and image-based, along with stalking. So the first type of abuse to talk about in this video is physical abuse. Physical abuse is the intentional harm to another person's body, or it is taking away their control of their body. This includes things like hitting, kicking, biting, slapping. It also includes destroying property, like household items or property that belongs to your partner. It includes inappropriate room temperature, so intentionally making the room either too hot or too cold to cause discomfort to your partner. Physical violence also includes medication abuse and the use of restraints. The next form of abuse is emotional or psychological abuse. It also includes verbal abuse. So this is name calling, putting your partner down, especially in public, in order to humiliate or shame him, using comparisons, so comparing him to someone else. It is demanding apologies when you know your partner is in the right and you're in the wrong. It's aggressive yelling, so aggressively shouting rather than trying to communicate respectfully. Sexual abuse is forcing or tricking someone into sexual acts when they do not want to. It also includes sexual coercion and reproductive coercion. So signs of sexual abuse include emailing or texting naked photos or sexual acts to someone else, emailing or texting annoying sexual messages. Signs of sexual coercion is threats to leave the person if they do not have sex with you, or telling another person that it is their duty to have sex with you, or punishing someone for not having sex with you. Some of the signs of reproductive coercion could be a sabotaged birth control, so it could be stabbing condoms, for example, or lying about being on birth control. Financial abuse is a subtle form of abuse where someone might not be aware that it's going on in their relationship. Financial abuse is controlling the resources or money within the relationship. Stalking is a form of abuse that most people are not aware is actually a crime here in Australia. Stalking involves the intentional and persistent following or watching of another person. This is either to feel a sense of control over that person or to create feelings of intimidation or fear. Signs of stalking include making repeated phone calls or sending numerous text messages to the person. It's regularly driving by or walking past where they live or where they work. It's leaving them messages on social networking sites or leaving them notes on their car or at their house, maybe even with gifts. Social abuse is preventing your partner from spending time with family or friends or from engaging in social activities. The motivation behind social abuse is to isolate the individual because it's harder to leave a relationship when the person does not have social networks. Spiritual abuse is denying someone from participating or practicing their religious or spiritual beliefs. Image-based abuse is the threat of sharing or intentionally sharing an intimate photo of another person without their consent. I want to take a moment to talk about gaslighting. Gaslighting is emotional abuse used to manipulate an individual through psychological means into doubting their own sanity and their reality. It leaves them feeling like they are losing their mind. Some of the signs of gaslighting, including refusing to listen or understand your partner so they feel their needs aren't important, or questioning your partner's memory of an event so they doubt themselves. So saying things like, I don't think you remember that right, or that's not how I remembered it, or I think you're wrong, I think that was another time. Also twisting your partner's words to favour your view, and moving your partner's items around the house so they think they're losing their mind. So picking up their keys and putting them into a different location and then telling your partner they were always there. So they start to think that they are disorganised or forgetful. So that's the video for today. Like I said, it wasn't to bring shame, it was just to create awareness, because once we're aware, we can make better choices. I'm going to be uploading some new videos soon covering some of the other factors that can lead to domestic violence, such as jealousy, attachment issues, and communication styles. If you want to be notified of when these videos are available, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment below. Let me know if you think I've missed something out when it comes to the different forms of abuse. Until next time, stay safe and respectful.